Hi, my name is Peter. We have just released upKeeper 4.7. If you want to know everything about it, stay tuned. So let's have a look at the features in this new version, upKeeper 4.7. Let's start off with applications. If you now go into an application like Adobe Reader, you can switch to the Advanced tab. And there you can find some new properties on the application. So if you have some kind of settings that you want to check before the installation happens, you can create a VMI query to specify what has to be fulfilled for the installation to be performed. And as an example, you have a VMI query down below stating select from the Vim32 logic disk, and it's about the C drive, and it should have a larger size free space of 12,345. So this is an example. You can select any type of VMI query you wish to be performed and fulfilled before the application is actually installed. So that's a great feature. Many of the pre-requirements you wish to fulfill is about processes. So we have taken that out to another feature. And so you can specify that, like if you wished Notepad not to be, a Notepad, that's a little bit, Notepad like this. You can state that the process notepad.exe shouldn't be running, and if you can decide if you want to wait for the process to end, like the user is stopping the process or the machine is rebooted or so. You can determine if you want to terminate the process so the installation can go on, or you can ask the user to close the process, which is often the most best choice, I would say. So, and you can have a timeout to say how long the system will wait for the process to close. And then it will fail if it still runs. So that's another feature you can add to your applications, and it will be more seamless for the users out there to have new applications, new updates installed on their systems. We have also added another feature in the application department. It's random offset. Random offset will give you a better spread when it comes to the application distribution. So you can set it to be at a time. So if you add this application to a group, the entire group won't get it at once. You can specify how many minutes it will wait until the last computer is installed with this application. So that's a great feature as well. Remember to use it mainly on when you do large installations out there on many computers. So set the random offset. This is only affected on groups, not on single computers. Good to remember as well. We have added another feature in 4.7 that has been requested for a long time. We can work in different tabs with different organizations. So in this tab, we work with upKeeper Demo, and we can switch to this tab, and here we can see that we work with the upKeeper Open 20, and we do some other search. We didn't have any use. We can see the applications and so on. We can search for the application like this, work with this organization, and we can go back and continue to work with the organization where we were before. And they are totally separated, so that searches are separated through the tabs and even the organizations. So this will be effective as well. We have also added another feature that we think is really, really good to have. We have seen during the years that organizations have done stuff in their environment that isn't that good. For example, they have removed like an application from a group and didn't really realize that the application will be uninstalled from all the computers in that group. And from time to time, administrators has panicked and done a really bad things to the environment. They have shut down the service. They have tried to reverse what they have done in a kind of panic way, and that's not a good way to do it. The best way is actually nowadays go into the configuration tab on the organization where you want everything to pause, and we have called the button for pause. So you click the button and you get a check up, is it really this you want to do? And it will stop all the client communication. So, and we can see that we have a title bar up in the upper part of the website indicating that the organization is paused. And every administrator logged into the interface will actually see this information as well. So everyone will know that now this organization is paused and there will be no more changes for now. So if you have like a situation where you have distributed wrongly an application to a big group, or you have removed it, you can pause the organization and you can relax and do the right thing and go through what has to be changed. And when you have fixed all the wrong that you have done, you can unpause it again and everything is back to normal. So that's a really good function to use, mainly in MSP environments, big organizations, and so on. When it comes to distribution points, we have added the feature as well. So we can go into this cloud environment, and we have added a small checkbox that use login. It's called. It's kind of tiny, but it's doing main thing for us. With this clicked in, you don't have to add username and password. And when the computer tries to connect to the SMB share, it will use actually the computer account in the domain to access the share. So that's great. We don't have to have usernames and password. We use the computer name as the connecting device. So go through your environment to see if there are any SMB shares that should be updated with this new feature. And remember, on the SMB share, you have to allow computers as a group to access the SMB share. So we can go back and see on devices. And if we look at the computer device, like this one, actually scroll down. We have added another button, connected devices. If we click on that, we can see all the connected devices to this device. So in this example, we don't have any. So we will switch to another tab. We will go down, not in the user, we go to the computer devices. Let's see if we have anyone like this one. Go into that device, scroll down, connected devices. And we can see that it has some printers, some local printers that are registered. And if we connect screens and so on, add network printers, there will be listed as well. So this is a good way to get an easy overview for this device, which printers they have installed and which screens and so on. You even get the serial number for the screen, so you can list it. And you can, of course, create reports for this as you like. So this is the big things. There are a lot of other stuff we have changed in 4.7. Everything is listed in the release notes, which you can find on our support site, and you can find it on the FTP in the release notes. So I recommend you go there. I will also mention another features that isn't that graphic, but is important. We have added search for serial number. So when you go to devices, you can search for a specific device through serial number, which is really great. It works even in the API, of course. We have added, for you guys that have the integration with Microsoft AD, we have added support for SSL over LDAP, so you can communicate with that domain controllers. When it comes to the service operating system, the SOS, we have added so you can, now when you boot the new version of SOS 4.7, you can see the manufacturer and the model of the device that is booted. And you can use actually username and password. So you don't need to have this passphrase. You can use your standard username and password, and you have to have the permission to create or manage computers to be able to use that username and password. So it's not for everyone. Then when it comes to security, we have added a lot of features as well. I will mention a few of them. We have added extra security when it comes to the API. So when you make integrations and so on, we have added security features there, so look them up. We have added more security when it comes to the client API. So the client are more secure when they are connecting to the system. And are validated at every time. We have added the possibility to add IP number for a user, so that users just can log in from a specific IP. This is really great when it comes to users used for integration. We have also added more security and more checkups when it comes to the image handling. So if you have a platform that you are deploying to a computer, the computer will get information on which platform to use, and it will check if it's local, if it finds it's local, or it's on a distribution point. If it's on the distribution point, it will download it. And before it uses this new image, it will do a checkup with the system that this is the correct image, so the valid number are correct. This is done with drivers and applications as well. So before an application is installed on a system, the system will check with the servers that this is the correct application version and that the image file is correct and not corrupt or in some way changed. So this is great security features in 4.7, and there are a lot more to see. Remember to visit the support site or check in the release note for everything that we have done in 4.7. So go ahead, install it, use it, like it. So that's upKeeper 4.7, great features and great updates on that version. If you haven't subscribed, do so. Hit the bell button so that you will be informed when we release new materials. If you want to know more about upKeeper, visit our website or our support site. Links are below. And remember, work less, manage more.